You just have to speak a foreign language. It doesn't matter what the reason is, studying, working, or spouse's family. Let's say you're in a situation where it turns out to be a necessity. As a distance student, you open a student's book, read complete exercises, turn page after page, and why does it have to be so boring? After a few hours, if you're resilient, you find yourself... Where was I? Let's be honest, there are not so many people who derive joy from studying. Mostly we are forced to, because how else are we gonna acquire any skill? But what if there is a simple method to learn a foreign language? Let's say there are no boring student books, exercises, and please, no grammar rules. Well, acquire the language naturally, like children do. You know, they repeat after their parents and then, magically, they're fluent. This technique even has its name, which is the exposure technique. Literally, the idea behind this method is that slowly but surely you acquire the language with no studying whatsoever. No studying includes tons of listening, surrounding yourself with speakers, books, movies in your target language, and no grammar rules, because, well, baby never learned grammar and ended up speaking fluently, right? Well, it's time to learn why it is impossible to learn the language without studying. Oh yes, baby. Yes. Do you want to join? Truly, the idea of easily learning my target language thrilled me as well. I even tried to do so for 3 years, and did I succeed at it as like children do? Well, this is where the problem begins. Yeah, begins with this cat. Anyway, how much time does it take for a kid to become fluent in their native language? Because it took me years to become fluent in my native language. Those classes at school were there for a reason, because if your native language consists of is full of cases, suffixes, prefixes that change the meaning of a word, then bad news. There is no such thing as becoming fluent fast, and just take years, months to become fluent. But here I am, knowing the difficulty of my native language, I decided to apply the same approach to a target one, full of cases, suffixes, prefixes, and different structure to English. So, did I succeed? Well, it took me 3 years to learn how to make simple sentences and questions like, what do you want? I had this and that for breakfast. I am going out, etc. These simple sentences. Mind you, I am surrounded by Turkish people, movies, music. I am in the most perfect environment to acquire the language. But it was not enough. Why? Well, according to multiple studies, it depends. What they have in common is that they're sure that it takes more than a month or a year to acquire the language. According to another source, CFR, they say that it takes around 1,000 hours to be proficient in your target language. But again, they take European learners into consideration. But what if your target language is not in the European language family? Like in my case, it looks like I am doomed with the students' books forever, and this exposure technique does not work, right? Wrong. Here's the secret. Just being in the environment is not enough. Being passive in your learning process will take you nowhere. Did I spend at least 1 hour per day consuming content in the target language? No. Did I talk to at least myself in the target language to practice speaking and improve fluency? No, less than 1 hour per week, which is nothing. Did I use any tools to learn the language? Yes. On a regular basis? No. I simply did not integrate learning in my daily routine. What I did instead was approach learning passively, but what we should do is to be active, to interact, listen, repeat, translate if needed, use technologies to your advantage. And if you want to learn more about the most common mistakes in learning a foreign language, then check out that video.